Good morning, traders. It is Monday, January 12th, 2015. And I have just taken a short position here, going for 100 ticks. Going for 100 ticks off this short position. And let's see if I've got it right. Looking for the code 2 trade. I am going to pause the video. I'll come back shortly. Just want to calculate my stop really quick. And see if I've got this position right. I'll be right back. It's not exactly coming down real fast here. I've adjusted this stop to 83. So we'll keep it down to 11 ticks on the stop instead of 20. And now I'm just waiting and reading the code to see what it's going to do. As we go along here, I'll be able to tell whether it's going to most likely come down, or whether I got it, or whether it's going to reverse position here and start to head back up. We'll see soon enough. I'll come back. Okay, it is moving down here some. I need it to get about 15 ticks ahead roughly, and then I'll place a break-even stop on it. Let it go. It'll either be right or it won't be at that point. So I'll come back. It may have just bottomed right there, and it may move up now and actually go up instead of down. I could jump out right here if I wanted to. It's on the fence right now. I can't tell which way it's going to go. So I'm just going to wait. I'm willing to take the 11 tick loss if wrong, and then I'll just retake another position again off the code. But instead of trying to play the guessing game, I've already got one direction going. And he can only go two directions, so I've got one of them going right now. I'm just going to hold it. If this one's right, then I'll have it right. If it's wrong, then I'll let it hit the stop, recalculate the code, and go with it. I'll come back shortly. Okay, it looks like we're getting code 1 short entries. So I think it's going to drop out here. Should come down and break below this low, because we're getting short entries right next to it. So I think I've got it right now. It was just coming back up to do a double top type of a thing. Be right back. Okay, I had to take that call. Guy calling from London. Okay, so it's moving down to my target here of 57, which is 15 ticks. So I'm going to place a break-even stop on this. It's going to be placed at 46.71. Go ahead and place it now. 46. Take a look at the code. It's a little bit tight here. If we could break down one more time, I'm going to place it at 46.71. 50, 60, 70, that's 20 ticks. Yeah, we'll place it 46.71. Okay, stop is in place. Break even stop. If you want to know why placing that, take a look at the 10-minute chart. You can see where we are on the chart here. It's just gone straight down, straight down. If it were to move back up again, up to that point, it probably wouldn't be good. Mathematically, most likely it's going to come and break this below right here and then keep going lower. And I've got code 2 confirmation pretty much. Pretty much, I should have code 2, should be able to hit 100 ticks. But that's why I'm placing the stop right there, because if it were to make a hard reversal now and go all the way back up to that point, mathematically speaking, the math on the trade would reduce substantially. I mean, it could still go up and then come all the way back down again, but just mathematically, from seeing this, 1,000 times maybe not that many times, but a lot of times, it wouldn't be very good. The math would reduce on the trade. So it's either going to be right or it's not. And as you can see, it's right. I pretty much have code 2 at this point. I can just kick back, relax, and let it hit the exit. All in knowing the code and knowing the mathematics behind the movement. That's right. The mathematics behind the movement. In 2006, I discovered the code. And the code represents the most accurate and advanced trading methodology system in the world. Hands down. I mean, it's so good when people see these videos. Even they watch me doing this, they think it's too good to be true. It's too good to be true. And yet it is true. One trade on Friday I took, 100 ticks. One trade today. Getting close to being up 40 ticks. And when I make another 100 today, just think about the power of that. But it's not for sure thing right now. I mean, it could easily reverse position on me, reverse direction. You'll be watching the code here. I'll be right back. Remember what I said though, the only way to hit 100 ticks is to go for 100 ticks. If it does reverse position here and goes back up, all it's going to do is it's going to stop me, break even. But if it does continue down, I've got it. Do you see what I'm saying? Mathematically, if you want to hit a 100 tick trade, you have to go for them. Can't just get out here and say, oh, it might, getting a code 1 long entry, it might go up. You've got to go for the trade. And yeah, a lot of times you'll miss out on that profit that you had. Yeah, a lot of times it'll come back and break you even. Yeah, that's going to happen. But you have to be able to deal with that if you want to hit those 100 tick trades. Because what happens is you get on these rolls where you start hitting them. You hit like 2, 3, 4 in a row during the week, and you just have a fantastic week. Where if you sit there and you play games and get out early and stuff like that, you're more like spinning your wheels. Whereas if you just let it go and not worry about it, when it hits, it hits. When it doesn't, it doesn't. It just becomes easy. It becomes easy. You look at the long term instead of the short term. What can I do today? Because every day you're going to go for it. That's what you're going to see me doing. Tracking the code 2, and charting it out, and running with it. Today's a new week, so we might have a new code this week. We'll find out soon enough. Like right there, we appear to have a possible long entry, but if this is code 2 and it's going to go down, then code 2 is going to override code 1, and it'll just keep going down. Otherwise, it'll reverse position here and start going back up. But as the week goes on, I can track the code. I will be able to be more accurate into the code 2. But on Monday, going a little bit blind, I'm basically using the code from last week to see if it carries over into this week, which is a good chance that it will. Anyway, I'll come back and show you the progression and, of course, the outcome of this trade. Looks like we're getting another code 1 short entry here, so it should be dropping out. Code looks very good right now. But we'll see. I've got a break-even stop on the trade and a 100-tick exit on the trade, and I'm just letting it go. Just like I hit the 100 ticks on Friday, I'm going for the 100 ticks again today. So far, so good. We're still not out of the woods yet, though. It's still a possibility that, code 2 could be up, not down. There's a mathematical possibility of that. I'd say the mathematics is in our favor right now. If it breaks below this low again, it's going to be even more so. Okay, it already has. Now we're even more in our favor. I'd say the mathematics of hitting a 100-tick trade at this point is about 70% roughly, which is pretty good math. As it goes lower, it's going to increase. If it makes a hard reversal and starts coming back up, it'll decrease, obviously. Anyway, again, if you want to hit a 100-tick trade, you got to go for a 100-tick trade. No way to hit them that I'm familiar with without going for them. Anyway, I'll come back, show you the progression and outcome of this trade. Anyway, my new charting service just started today. I'll be working on it today. It takes me about 4 hours to produce the charting service each day, so it's a lot of work involved. 4 straight intense hours of me working to get it done. But with this charting service, track code 2 every day, and you're gonna be able to hit code 2 every day, just like you see me hitting it. This is not rocket science. This is pretty easy stuff. It's just that you really need, well, a lot of people need, not everybody, but a lot of people need a professional like me to track the code so that you know exactly what the code is. You don't get confused. You don't make a mistake. And so just for that reason alone, just to hit code 2 every day, the charting service is worth $300 a month. But considering the fact that you're going to be learning a whole bunch of other information as we go along, I mean, it's an invaluable service. And by me doing it, it actually helps my own trading a lot. Because just like you, I need to have the code tracked too. Only I don't have anybody to do it for me. I need to do it so that I know what it is, and through the service you'll know what it is as well. Anyway, I'll come back and we'll see what happens with this trade. The trade is still not out of the woods yet, though. I probably do have the code 2, but it's not mathematical guaranteed at this point. Whereas it will be at a certain point. I'll come back. Okay, we just got a long entry off of code 1. It's a big long entry too. I'm not going to take it. It's tempting, but I've done this before where you start to play games with the code into intraday, and it'll just mess you up because the code might be offset. There's different variables that are involved. It's always best. Every day you have a chance to hit a 100-tick trade. It's always best to take your best position into the trade using what you believe is most likely going to be code 2, and then just go for it and hold it. Once you get out ahead, you place a break-even stop, you can't lose. I mean, imagine the people down in Vegas who are playing down at the Strip right now. That's like 8 miles away from me. They would love to have a system where they could have a good mathematical chance of, let's say, 60-70% to hit 100 ticks and make $5,000 today, but have no chance to lose any money. Can't lose. but you have a 60-70% chance of hitting a $5,000 today. How would you like those kind of mathematical odds? People down there at the strip would kill for those odds. They would all be doing this if they knew about it. They just don't know about it. Actually, everybody in the world would be doing this if they knew about it. But they just don't, you know. And you'd be surprised. I mean, it's amazing how many people watch me doing this and they still don't believe. I mean, seriously. It's like, sheesh, how skeptical can a person be? Man. Taking skepticism to a whole new level. You know. Anyway, no big deal. I suppose after I do this all year long, people will finally say, I guess it is real. Anyway. It's not without its challenge, though. I could still have it wrong right now, and you will see me have it wrong like this. I'll be in this position, you know, many, many, many times, and I'll get it wrong. But you won't see me play it different. You'll always see me play it the same way each time. And you'll see the losers, and you'll see the break-evens, and you'll see the winners. You judge for yourself whether I play it the right way or not. I play it the best way that I know how to play it mathematically. If I knew a better way, I would play it a better way. But I do not. But this system that I have developed here has come about after much trial and error, believe me. I've played it every way that you can play it, and have figured out that this is the best way, mathematically. Can't get it right every time, but mathematically this is the best strategy to use, in my opinion, in my experience. Anyway, I will come back shortly and show you the progression and, of course, the outcome of this trade. It's getting ready to drop here. Just double bottomed right there, you see? It should drop. And, you know, my exit's only down to 72, so it's just got to break the 0, and then go down another, 28 ticks, and we're at 100 ticks. I might play around for a little while longer. Soon, though, I'm going to be able to mathematically be able to tell which direction mathematically the code 2 is. And most likely it's down, but I won't be able. I mathematically can't be sure of that yet. But soon I'll be able to. I'll come back. Okay, it's moving down pretty good here. Still can't mathematically exclude or tell which direction code 2 is for sure, but the mathematics are increasing that it is down, and then I'm going to hit this 100 tick trade. I would say the math is about it's still running 70% right now. It's about to increase though to 80% here real soon. Just need a little bit longer to be able to tell for sure. Or, well, not 80%, still not for sure, because in that mathematics it could come really close to the exit and then not hit. So that's where your 20% comes from. But I can mathematically tell at 100% rate which direction code 2 is very soon. Anyway, I'm going to just let it go. Let it go. See if we can hit it here. 70% chance at this point we can hit this exit. I'll come back. You're now looking at a 10-minute chart. And just in hindsight, look and see where my entry is at. My entry is right there. And it's just gone straight down. Not bad, huh? That's called knowing the code. Knowing the code, knowing how the code works. When you can get to my point where you're as good as me, or even close, or anywhere near close, half as good as me, you can do this and do it like, almost every day. Not every day, but almost every day. And with my charting service, tracking code 2, that'll really help you. I mean, that'll just tremendously help you. So, there's nothing but money to be made at this market. There's no doubt about that. You just have to know how the code works. Learn it, study it, practice it, get good at it, and be making bank every month. It's not rocket science. I mean, this is so much easier than, real trading. If you want to go trade stocks, I'll show you stock trading soon. I've got my 8 monitor set up, and I'm going to start trading stocks as well. And I'll show you real stock trading. It's so much more difficult than this. It's not even funny. Because it's real trading. It's much more difficult. You can't use the code on real trading. But with the code, you know which direction it's going to go before it goes there. That would be 100% mathematically impossible with real trading. Because with real trading, anything can happen at any time. Anyway, I'll come back. By the way, we did get a code 1 entry to go long. I'm just ignoring it. Just going for the code 2 to go down. It may move up here a little bit into a, well, let's just say that there's a reason why it may move up here a little bit and then continue to go down. Just don't want it to move up enough to hit my break-even stop, which is up here. Don't want it to move all the way up there. Anyway, I'll come back. For those of you that know the code, you can see that we got a code 1 long entry, as I had mentioned, and it moved up, but now it's just a matter of which way is code 2. Is code 2 down? Then it's going to move down. Is code 2 up? Well, then it's going to move up, obviously. But, like I say, the only way to hit 100 ticks is to go for it. If you start getting out here and there, you're just going to get messed up. Now, if this is wrong and code 2 is going to be up, then it's no problem because, at some point I'll be able to figure that out because code 1 will give long entries over and over again. Which it hasn't done yet, but I'm looking for it. Otherwise, it'll start giving short entries again and start coming down. So far, I just have one code 1 long entry right now. Looking to see what code 1 does. Okay, it's making a nice move up here. Remember I said there was a reason why it may move up and then move back down? Well, it's doing it right now. It's doing perfectly what I thought it would, what I thought it might do. So what I'd be looking for now is for it to, off of this level here, come on down now. Not go up any higher, but come on down. So if it does that, then that is very good. And I will have code 2 confirmation that it's going to be down. And all I have to do is hold it. And it'll break this low and boom, hit my exit. I'll explain all of this in more detail in my charting service today. I'll explain the code 1 and the code 2, how it worked, the reason why I took the entry, the reason why I thought it would come back up, everything. I'll explain everything in my charting service. Every day I'm going to do this so that you can watch these videos, you can look at my charting service, and every day, no matter what market we're being presented with. You're going to learn all about this and how it all works. And then you'll be able to do what I'm doing. Read the code like I'm reading it. Take the trades like I'm taking them. And hit the big trades. I'm going to be doing this day in and day out from now on. And trading a fund as well. Showing it on camera. So, for those of you out there that really want to learn how to trade, this is it. There is no other system that could compare to this. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Okay, this thing might be making a hard reversal here. It's a possibility. It is a mathematical possibility. I'm thinking of a way to play it. Probably should go ahead and place a break even or a stop right there at 43 to lock in profit. Taking a look at the code. Should I do that? It's a risk either way. Let me see, what's the mathematics on that? What would that might be the code? It's a possibility. The mathematics are actually pretty decent. Oh, there it goes. I'm going to go ahead and jump out. I'm going to jump out if it hits above 44 again. I'm going to jump out. There's a very real mathematical chance that it has just made a hard reversal off code 2. Very real chance of that. I'm going to place a stop at 46.45 right now. 46.45. Stop is in place. Okay, if it goes back up and breaks that high right there, I'm going to get out at the 45 mark. There is a mathematical possibility on the chart that code 2 is now going up. The mathematics are about, it's hard to say, but I would say about 50% right now. If it goes up and breaks again, the mathematics are going to start increasing. That the code 2 is going up, not down. I wasn't expecting this hard reversal. But you gotta, be expecting that in the market. That's why I'm reading code 2 right now. Reading code 2. If it is going to be down, it shouldn't go up and break again. It should come down. I'll explain all of this on the charting today. Why I've done what I've done. So you can understand it. Okay. We're going to get a code 1 signal here. Let's see what it says. This is an important signal. If it says long, it's going to go up. I should go ahead and go long with it. If it's short, then I've got it, and we just hold it to go short here. Keep holding it. This is going to be a critical code 1 signal here. I have a reason to believe it's going to go up. I think code 2 just made a hard reversal just now, and it's about to go up, not down. Here it goes. It's going to go. It's going to go up. It hasn't given me a signal yet, but I can just tell. Maybe not, maybe not. Maybe not. It might give us... Okay, we got a short entry. Short entry off code 1. We're looking good right here. It should come down now. Unless it's offset by 1. It might be. We'll find out shortly. This is the way to mathematically play the market. Mathematically play the code. It's just reduced down to a game of math. Simple math, but math nonetheless. Just reducing it down to a game of mathematics. Let me see here. Taking a look at the code. Yeah. I'd say we look pretty good. All I needed to do is come down now. If it starts coming down here like this, comes down to this level, most likely I've got it. If it moves back up right here and breaks this high, it's going to go up, not down. And it'll probably be code 2 to go up. That's why I got the stop right there. Okay, I'm going to calculate something really quick, and I will be right back. Okay, we've gotten the code 1 entry to go short. It looks pretty good here. Still can't tell for sure which way code 2 is. It kind of threw in a curveball on me by making a hard reversal like that. So basically, I'm just going to let it go here. I've got the stop at 45. I'll keep it there. I'm just going to let it go. It's either going to come down or it'll come back up. If it comes back up, the chances of code 2 being down are reduced quite a bit. If it comes down now, then the code 2 down is, pretty much intact at this point. I would need it to break below here to be sure. To be sure that code 2 is down, not up. Actually, to be 100% for sure, I needed to break here. So I needed to break 11 to be 100% mathematically sure. Here would be a good point that it's pretty sure. It'd be like 75% probably that it's for sure down. If it breaks here, it's 100% sure. If it breaks here and goes back up, okay, just breaks that point, then the mathematics of it being down have been reduced to no more than 50-50. And as it goes up higher, it would increase very quickly that the code 2 is up, not down. Getting close to my stop here. It's tricky this morning. Very tricky. But as we track code 2, we'll know what it is in the charting, and then we'll be able to nail it, for the rest of the week. Anyway, in the interest of time, let me go ahead and pause the video. I'll come back. I'll show you whether it hits the break-even stop, or the stop that I've got in place, or whether it continues down. But I just don't want to let it keep running because the video takes forever. So I'll come back. Okay, it's making its move down now off the code 1 short entry. The mathematics are increasing that I've got it right now. Mathematics are probably about 70% right now. Breaks below here, it'll be 75%. Breaks below that 11, it'll be 100%. So we don't have very far to go. 25 down to 11. There was only 14 more ticks, and that we're 100% for sure that I've got code 2 right in being down. Then we can just calculate what the exit would be. But the exit's already built into my 100 ticks because my entry is very good. I pretty much nailed the entry today, just like I did on Friday. I nailed the entry. And but sometimes I don't nail it, and you have to recalculate your exit at that point. Maybe just back off to 80 or 70, whatever. But since I've nailed the entry, I can go for the 100, no problem. So we're pretty much good to go here. Once it breaks here, we're going to be at solid 75%. And then once it breaks the 11, 10 more ticks down from right there, it will be at 100%. So that's how close we are to being 100% sure on the code 2. And then the mathematical chances of hitting the exit at 45.72 are about, well, about 80%, I would say. That's pretty high math, Okay, so we're solid 75% right now. Just need to break the 11 and we're at 100%. and then 100% that I've got code 2 right going down, and then we're at about 80% that I'll actually hit the exit, which is high math. See what I'm saying? How, I used to play this game, trading, and be so emotional about it, so emotional, and my emotions would constantly get racked back and forth. I should have did this, I should have did that. If only I would have done this, I could have made that. And it just kept going back and forth, and just beat yourself up. And it's like you're trading, but what you're really doing is beating yourself up. It's like you're your own punching bag the whole time, And okay, we're at 100% here. Broke the 11. So I've got the code 2 going down. I mean, maybe nothing's 100%, but let's give it 99%. And so now I've got about an 80% chance of hitting that exit right now. Pretty good math. But if it goes down really super close, really fast, and starts going back up, I'll jump out. Or set a stop at 70 ticks and just let it go. There's nothing wrong with a 70 tick trade. But anyway, it is just a game of simple, basic mathematics based upon my discovery of the codes. And now I am going to teach this at a high level, in depth, in my charting service. And there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn. And you can become a master at the codes like this and be able to hit these 100-tick trades every day. Well, almost every day. That's one of the beautiful things about the code, is you can do that with mathematical precision and consistency. Whereas if this was really trading like a stock or something like that, it's not possible. It's impossibility. Every day would be completely and totally different. And not only that, but it's you got to constantly find stocks all the time. Be looking and looking and looking and looking, and there's nothing going on. And then you see when you missed it, and there's nothing going on. Looking and looking and looking, and it just trading stocks it's fun. Don't get me wrong, but it's 100 times harder than this. This is like cheating, But it's not me that's doing the cheating. It's this that's the cheat. I'm just taking advantage of it. And you've got me here to teach you how to do this. You've got me here to trade for you and make you 20% on your money. Now when the fund gets to, $1 million, I'm going to have to back off that percentage, because as the money goes up in the fund, it'll be harder and harder for me to make that 20%. So I'll probably just close the fund at that point, because I don't need any more money than that anyway to trade with. I'm not interested in investing. I'm going to hard trade the money to make a lot of money with it. And I'm a real trader, not one of these fake traders that you see on the internet. I mean, I know all about trading. I'll show you my setup and how I have it all set up. You'll see for yourself that I shouldn't say I know all the tricks, but I know a lot of them. I've been doing this for many years. And and I know the most important rule of all: you never take a big loss. The whole trick is being able to get your entry right, and if it's wrong, you cut your loss short. Simple as that. Then you just get good at your entries. And this really isn't very hard. You'll learn a lot from me just by watching my videos, and by doing my charting service. You'll learn a tremendous amount. Anyway, we are looking pretty good here on the code. I'm just letting it go. Made it down to 96. It's got about 24 more pennies to go to get me out from that low. So just needs to break that low, go down 24 more ticks, and I got my exit. Math is still very good on that. But when it gets close and it gets down to let's say 82, and I'm 10 ticks away, I'll probably lock in like 02 to lock in 70 ticks. But I need to get down to 82 first. See, because sometimes it'll just go like 90 ticks and not get you out. So, and on this particular one, unlike the last Friday, this one isn't as for sure. So it could just go shallow. And I'm not going to let it go shallow and then go all the way back on me. I'll lock in 70 ticks on this one. Anyway, I'll come back shortly. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and I've already got it locked in for what, 45? Yeah, we'll keep it there. We'll keep it there. I've got this trade locked in right there at 46.45. That brings it up above the high right there. So if it goes back up above that high, I'll get out. Otherwise, it's to the exit from here. Okay, I'll be back. Kind of exciting stuff though, huh? It's like, there's nothing like playing the code. There's just nothing like it. It's the best way that you can find to make money. Of course, when you get as good as me, doing this won't be fun anymore because it's not a challenge. It's not really a challenge. Stocks is a challenge. Wait till you see me trade stocks, and you'll see me struggling and struggling and struggling and trying to hit it and try to hit it, but then hitting it and saying, yeah. I mean, it's because it's way more of a challenge. When you see me hit a 100-tick trade on here, it's like, my 1,000th one, It's not really much of a big deal anymore, but for you, just starting off, obviously it's going to be a big deal. Going to hit the 100-tick trade, you're going to be like, feel like you're on top of the world. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm here to help you feel like that. But you won't really be a trader just because you know the code. If you can trade stocks and make money, then you're a trader. And I'll be demonstrating that. I'm going to have 4 monitors on one side for stocks, 4 monitors on the other side for futures, for oil and futures in general. And then I'll trade both, and I'll show you, I'll show you how much harder stocks actually is. But for me, stocks is more fun because it's such a challenge. And that's what I need. I need a good challenge here. But it was a challenge to figure out this code, though, to figure it all out mathematically. It's also going to be somewhat of a challenge for me to teach it, to teach everything that I know. So I've got another challenge now to overcome, this teaching everybody this code in depth, which I've just had a boatload of people sign up to the charting today. I just started it last night, and I've got so many people signed up. It's going to take me an hour just to send people their information about it, their login information and everything. And then about 4 hours to produce the charting every day. So I got my work cut out for me. But it's a good thing to help other people learn how to do this, I think. And the people that I'm helping, they think so too. So anyway, I will come back, just waiting for the exit. Still got a long ways to go for the day. Be back shortly. By the way, once it breaks down here and it breaks below that low and it drops down, my stop will be placed at 46.02 to lock in 70 ticks. But I need it to get down to about the 82 level, about 10 ticks away from my exit, and then I'll place it at 46.02. Hopefully once it breaks, it'll just slide down and hit the exit, no problem. But if not, and it comes to like 78 or 80 or something like that, which it does do, with a certain mathematical percentage, I'll place the break-even stop or the 70-tick stop on it. And then, certain mathematical percentage of time, it'll come back up, hit that stop, and then come back down, hit the original exit. A certain percentage of the time, it'll reverse position and just keep on going. A certain percentage of the time, it'll never go up and hit that stop, and it'll just keep going and hit the exit. So all 3 of them are going to happen. But the one that you don't want to happen for sure is the one where it's going to go all the way back up, and you'll lose the whole entire profit. You don't want that to happen. So I never allow that one to happen. And if it were to only go down to here, and that's as far as it went today, then it would go back up and it would hit my stop at 45. So I would at least lock in some profit for today and then call it a day and be done. So you see how I have it all mathematically figured out? It's just what I'm doing here is nothing based upon emotion. It's based upon the code and it's based upon math. When you learn how to trade like that, then you'll trade the code like that, then you'll be doing really super well. And you won't worry about it, you won't kick yourself. It's just a game of math. Doesn't mean it's always right, but it means that you're right more than wrong, and therefore you do really well and hit the big trades. That's the most important thing. Okay, I'll come back shortly. Looks like it's going to give a code 1 short entry here right next to the bottom, which is at 96, which means it's going to go down. And just looking for that to happen here. It's getting ready to place the break-even stop. I mean the lock-in profit stop of 70 ticks at 46.02 as it makes its dive down. That'll lock in 70. We're going for the 100, so it'll either be 70 or 100 at that point. Taking a look at the code. Okay, bottom's at 96. Just need to wait for it to break that bottom there. I'll come back. Okay, here it goes. Getting ready to place the stop at 46.02. Okay, watching the code here. Let's see what it's going to do. Is it going to continue down? Or is it going to pop back up real quick? Come on, make the dive. Don't want to place it yet. It's too tight. Once it makes that dive down, should break here and then dive down another 10 ticks. I'll place the stop at 46.02. Okay, it's going to take a little bit here, so let me pause the video. I'll come back. It's being very tricky in here this morning. It might give a code 1 long entry. If it does, I might just jump out. Because this code 1 is a big one. Let me take a look at something real quick. It's offset by 1 too. Gotta keep that in mind, it's offset by 1. Okay, here it goes. It looks like it's setting up to go short. Keep in mind it's offset by 1 though. Mathematically confirmed. Yep. Mathematically confirmed. So I know what the code is. Looking for either a long or a short entry here. If it's going to go long, I'm going to go ahead and jump out. We've made it down 76 ticks. It could just be shallow today. I'll go ahead and jump out if code 1 gives a long entry. Oh, you dirty. It looks like it's setting up to give a long, but maybe not. It might go short here. Let me pause the video. I'll come back. You see how it's moving up here? It's setting up to give a long entry off the code 1. This is not good. It could make a reversal and go short off code 1. Still waiting to get a signal. If I get a long entry, I'm just going to jump out. Short entry, then it's just going to continue to go down. Okay, stand by here. Trying to get a signal. I'm out. Okay, I'm out right there. That's the best I can do for today. The mathematics just decreased by a large margin right there. It still may go down. The code 1 may be overwritten, and it may go down into code 2. But there is now a mathematical. The mathematics just increased a great deal. That it may not hit the 100 ticks today. May go shallow, which it looks like it may have just done. Now it's giving long entries off code 1 to go up. So if I wanted to, I could go up right now, but it's not a very good mathematical play in the sense of holding it. You just want to go for like 20 ticks at a time. Unless you get out ahead and it starts going, you just want to hold it, you could go for that. Otherwise, you're still going against code 2. So it may come up a little bit here and then go all the way back down and break again. So that is a possibility, but the math is no longer really good on this trade. It's just not really super good. So when the math gets out of your favor, you don't just cross your fingers and hope that it's going to go the direction you want. That's called emotion. You want to play the math at all times, like I keep saying. The math just got reduced a considerable amount. It's no longer a 75, 80% trade. Now it's been reduced to 50. So the math isn't very good on it now. So I'm out. Call it a day. What's that, like 40? That's like that's 59 ticks, almost 60 ticks today. It's not bad, when you go for 100, you don't always get them. But 59 tick trade isn't bad, is it? The most important thing is consistency. You want to be consistent. That's the most important thing. Anybody can hit a 100 tick trade, but can you be consistent at it? Anybody can hit good trades in the market, but can you hit them consistently and keep making money on a consistent basis? That's what it's all about. That's why the math is so important. And even though I said I'm going to go for it, there's a certain period of time where it becomes mathematically not any good anymore to go for it, which just happened. The code 2 was good for about 80 ticks. Went down 76 from my position, but figure it's good for about 80 ticks. So if it keeps going up today, that just means that code 2 was only good for 80 and not 100. So it's a little shallow today. I will teach you in the charting, though, that sometimes, not necessarily, but it can be an indicator that if, we're at the bottom of a daily chart like that, and code 2 only goes down 80 ticks, and not its normal 120, 140 ticks, then we could be looking for a reversal on the daily, but that's pretty premature at this point. But it's just one sign that you'd want to start looking for. The most likely what's going to happen mathematically is it'll come all the way back down, and it will make its 120 ticks, 100 ticks, go back down to like 72, 52, about 52 or so, 45, 52. Otherwise, if it starts going up here, watch out for a reversal on the daily chart, and it might start heading back up. All because it went shallow off code 2. Normally it would go down. But what you'd be looking for now is for it to start to go back up, and then for tomorrow, us to get a code 2 trade to go up. That's pretty premature to say that, though, at this point. But I'm just trying to give you some insight into the way I think. I know the code on a very, very complex level. And I'm going to start teaching you that in the charting. You will be flabbergasted at the complexity of this and how much I know about it. You'd be flabbergasted. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day for today. You can see it's moving back up there. I'm going to call it a day. I made 59 ticks. I'll be back tomorrow. I've got a very busy day today. I've got to go send everybody their subscriptions to the charting, and then I've got to start the charting today. My first day back on the charting. It's been a long time since I've done it, and it takes me a long time to produce this. You know, there's a lot of work involved that goes into this. But this is how you are truly going to learn to master this market, master the codes, and do what I can do every day. And you've got these videos to watch, to learn from. So, this is it, everyone. I'm here now, all year long, to teach you how to trade. And to trade a fund. You know, I'd really like to become, I really want to do really well at the fund and show everybody how well I can do. You know, it's not really an ego thing. It's just sort of it's a way to serve, and it's also a way for me to validate my discovery. So, anyway, I'm going to get going. It's early. I'm going to go have some more coffee, and I got to get to work and start helping people. So I'll be back tomorrow, everyone. Happy trading out there. Hope you code traders are doing good. I hope these videos are helping you to learn, to understand, what goes behind the code and how I take my entries, and I'll teach you all about what happened today in the charting and show it to you on the chart, all the entries, all the code readings, everything, so that you can take this down from a bunch of giggly little lines right here and a bunch of price and actually make mathematical sense of it all, because that's what the code does. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow. Happy trading out there, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.